My name is Latish Bray. Thank you for your time. I'm representing my group. So let's talk about a little bit about Solarwinds company. So Solarwinds company is an IT company that produces software products and other IT products that is consumed by majorly customers in the US and many other countries. Some of them are the Fortune 500 companies. The key products in this case is going to be the Orion platform that is used to monitor the performance of the customer's entire IT infrastructure. So let's go to the subject matter. So the breach was discovered by FireEye, and they called it the Sunburst, which is basically a supply chain attack that was that affected the Orion network management software. Upon that, they had to file the Form 8K to announce that the attack had been orchestrated, and the material facts had to be published. So their stock prices dropped. Definitely has been due to the panic that was created. Investors withdrew their money. So, and then SEC filed a case against them, alleging that they didn't actually provide the real material facts or enough material facts, and also they failed to control that by not putting enough controls in place. So the supply chain attack happened in this case that their DLL was infected. The software build was actually infected. So the updates that were always regularly put out there for customers to download was affected. Hence, they're able to get into the customer's infrastructure and network and able to steal a lot of information. So initial response was to deal with the communication, the incident. Response team had to be formed by the CISO. In this case, the CISO had to come in. Then there's risk management and the mitigation had to be established by the CISO. Those are the responsibilities. The communication and the transparency, how platforms had to be established for communication to be channeled, and then also it had to be available to all stakeholders. Then the security posture of the company had to be enhanced by hardening further, but by using secure development principles. Then also regulatory compliance and legal obligation had to be followed as recommended by frameworks and the laws and the federal and state laws. Then stakeholder engagement and translation had to be put in place by PR campaigns trying to ensure that everything was under control and informing and assuring the customers everything was under control. So Joy will be taking you through the next. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Elijah. I will be talking about the impact of this case on the national security. Now, I'll first of all talk about the target. I mean, the Solarwinds was targeted by a Russian foreign intelligence service in a supply chain attack that actually exposed, sensitive information to the foreign adversaries. This raises a lot of concerns about critical infrastructures and also some vulnerabilities, and then the need to enhance cybersecurity measures against foreign and state-sponsored attacks. I will categorize these under the foreign and then the state involvement. Let me use the word espionage also. Now, another thing is that the Act of CISA in 2022, which actually mandates the reporting of cyber attack incidents to the agency. It's also brought in that the US organization itself increased, the disclosure requirement for cyber attacks, which made it compulsory for the reporting of this issue. And also the president itself, the President Biden also issued an executive order and a federal law that mandates all critical infrastructure owners to report incidents like this to CISA, which is the Cybersecurity Infrastructure Security Agency. These are categorized under the rigorous regulatory and compliance requirements. And another thing I was talking about, which is the third one, is the advocate that was made for improved cybersecurity collaborations among US software firms and also among government agencies, enhancing intelligence threats, sharing, and also the incident response capabilities, and also defenses. This ultimately benefits the national security and also the overall security posture. I'll put these and categorize these under the increased collaboration and information sharing. And the last one I'll be talking about here is about the public trust. This actually talks about the legal action that was taken against Solarwinds by SEC that actually led, let me say, potentially led to a loss of public trust, yeah, and confidence in the company. By the public people, the users of the product, they were able to lose. I wouldn't say it was a potential loss. No, they actually lost the trust in them just because the media itself, when this incident happened, the media got to know and they put it out of proportion. I mean, they blew it out of proportion and put it out in the public. But it's quite unfortunate that the users, the main users who are the clients of this company, couldn't get information in details of what happened. Yes, there was an incident response that actually was provided, to approach the situation. Now, one of this as an impact on the national security is the loss of public trust and confidence. That is the little I'll be able to talk about regarding this section. And I'll be handing this over to my colleague, MD, who will be talking.
Thank you, Joy. My name is MD Hassanul Haq, and I'll talk about the impact of the case on insurance industry. After this case, Solarwinds customers are now required to carry cyber insurance as part of their procurement terms. Increased demand for cyber insurance policies, investors focusing on cybersecurity might lead them to demand cyber insurance from companies they invest in. Change in policy, coverage, and premium based on cybersecurity practice. Companies with lack cybersecurity practice might face higher premium or even difficulty obtaining coverage. The US Securities and Exchange Commissions implemented rules governing registrations, disclosure requirements to cybersecurity risk management, governance, and incidents reporting on July 26, 2023. These rules are likely to give rise to novel issues to public companies, insurance portfolios, in particular directors and officers' liability and cyber insurance policies. This sophisticated cyber insurance may become more complex. Public disclosure will provide insurance more data to do accurate assessment. As a result of that, the cybersecurity risk management and governance disclosure requirements registrants are almost certain to face more lawsuits alleging breach or duty or oversight claims. More cyber-related exclusions to their policies to avoid covering claims alleging directors' oversight failures related to cyber incidents. There is a little standardization across cyber insurance policies, but some of them may cover claims alleging executives failed to fulfill their cybersecurity roles. Conduct tougher underwriting scrutiny on companies' cybersecurity practice and may add more restrictive terms to policies. Cyber insurance policies may also provide third-party liabilities coverage for privacy violations and consumer class actions. Finally, less dollars could be enhanced to cyber insurance, but more to improving the business. Ramakrishna, the CEO of SolarWinds, began advocating for better cybersecurity collaborations among US software firms and with government agencies. He said if he can get 3,000 companies to do the same, they will probably have the most robust security research in the world. Beyond any hacker, if they can agree to do that, they can use their dollars not for cyber insurance, but on improving the business. Now, Harsha will talk about the identifying, monitoring, and managing supply chain risk.
Thank you, MD. Hello, all. This is Harsha, and I will talk about how to effectively identify and manage and monitor the supply chain risk. Organizations in the software industry can mitigate supply chain risk by mapping their software supply chain to identify critical components and associated risks, developing risk mitigation plans with vulnerability management and security requirements, and establishing coordinated vulnerability disclosure and industry partnership for enhanced cybersecurity and innovation. While talking about the evolving corporate governance, Ubinli will be, I'm handing it over to Ubinli.
Oversight and accountability and imperative corporate governance framework ensure oversight of management decisions, facilitate compliance with law and regulation while safeguarding the interests of key holders. Board of Directors play instrumental role in governing risk management practice. The enforcement action against SolarWinds Corporation underscores the importance of accurate and timely disclosure. Activity board oversight regarding on a organization's cybersecurity posture and practice. Overall, the case emphasized individual accountability, where in the Chief Information Security Officer action can have several ramifications on a entity's overall security standards. Consequently, this had triggered highlighting the focus from regulation, investor, and public-owned companies' corporate governance over cybersecurity risk. Next, we define CISO accountability. CISO could be grant direct access and report lines to the board. Enhanced reporting protocol. Boards are likely to mandate a more comprehensive and granularly reporting for management on cybersecurity practice. Augmenting board expertise. Company might actively seek to appoint directors with specific expertise. Regular assessment and simulation. Board could institute regular scenario-based assessments and simulative tabletop exercise. For active stakeholder engagement, consider engagement with key holders will be necessary for board to align corporate cybersecurity governance standard with evolving stakeholder expectation. Next. Enhancement board oversight. Board must take proactive incident in comprehending the cybersecurity threat landscape facing their respective organization and ensuring the risk mitigation are implemented. Consideration should be given to a board director with direct cybersecurity expertise to contribute to informed decision making. Conducting comprehensive risk assessment on regular basis is essential to identify vulnerability and gaps in existing security controls. Based on this assessment, risk management strategy involving people, process, and technology must be developed to address the identified risk effectively. Continuous monitoring and adaptation of these strategies is necessary to stay ahead of rapidly evolving cyber threat. Next. Well-defined and thoroughly tested incident response plan outlining rule responsibility and communication protocol. Procedure for transparent and timely public disclosure of material cybersecurity incident must be established in accordance with new disclosure rules. Third-party vendors, suppliers, and partners could potentially introduce significant cybersecurity risk into the organizational environment. Company has to do a diligence risk assessment of all third-party relations and ongoing monitoring and management associated risks are component of third-party risk management program. In the rapidly evolving cybersecurity landscape, corporate governance practice cannot remain static. Organization must adopt proactive approach to adopt the governance framework in response to the new and emerging threat guidance from regulative bodies and update compliance requirement. Ongoing cybersecurity education and training for board members and senior executives are important for forecasting a culture of continuous improvements.
Thank you, Yubin Lee. And while talking about the public and private collaboration offers, it offers significant benefits but also present challenges that require careful management. Leveraging resources and expertise from both sectors, collaboration promotes innovation and spread risk. However, challenges such as data privacy, resource allocation, conflicts, and establishing effective governance structures needs to be addressed. Clear protocols for data sharing, agreements on resource allocations, and defined roles and accountability are crucial. Public and private collaborations can enhance resilience, accelerate progress on complex issues, and improve the reliability and security of the critical infrastructure projects. How public and private collaboration plays a very key role. These are the two core snippets that we personally found